Hey everybody, it's Alex. I had a few people ask me if I would do a tutorial on the lace flowers that I made, and I'm sure there's quite a few tutorials out there, but since you ladies asked me, I figured I would show you a couple of the different flowers that I made. Now first, I think everything that I'm going to show you, like all the materials that I use, down to the ruler, the thread, and the needle, all come from the thrift store. I didn't buy anything new except for things like my scissors, of course, and like my glue gun, the tweezers, you know, things like that. But as for buttons, lace, thread, ribbon, all of that was from the thrift store. So, first thing, I got this vintage lace stuff right here, and it looks like it came from something else and someone like ripped it off and put it on a spool, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I got my ruler from Goodwill, and you don't have to measure it if you don't want to, but a few videos said about 12 inches would be okay, like the size of a scrapbook page. So just to give you a measurement, I'll do that. So this is probably going to be a small flower. So 12 inches, and it's really simple. You just take your needle. Now the thread that I'm using, I'm going to try this thread. I got it from the thrift store, though it's probably not vintage. It says Button Craft, and it looks a little bit thicker. So since I have to pull, I'm going to try it. So all you do is you have to see what side. This side I want to be my petal, like this pretty lacy side. So I'm going to stitch on the inside, and I just go like this, just like this, and I just gather it up. You can see there's already some holes because I was making sure that this needle was going to work because I was using another one, but it had a little bit of rust on it because it was old, and it was getting stuck trying to push it through the material. So I chose a different one. I wanted to make sure it would work and it wouldn't leave like a ginormous hole. So you just go like this, and I don't sew to save my life. I have never sewn anything. Well, besides like I made a little toy for my daughter a little while ago, but I don't think I've ever even like sewn on a button. But you just do this. You just go through top, and then go back through the bottom, and then go back through the top. Now you can let it come out like this, but I find myself, it's really awkward to do that. So I'm going to pull it all the way through till the side where I had my knot. And then you see it gets bunched like this, and you take it and you like make one side meet the other side. You kind of fix it how you like this. I hope I'm showing this good enough. You just fix it, like put the two ends together. And now you'll snip that stuff off, but you put the two ends together. And let me remind you again, I do not sew, so I know this is not the best sewing method, but that's my point, is if you don't know how to sew, you'd be able to do it. But I just take the two ends and I sort of, stitch them together like that. See, that's a bit messy. I should have cut that off first. Oh well, I'll fix that when I'm done. That's why I meant by it's awkward. I didn't know how much thread I was gonna need, so I have like all this loose thread floating around, and it gets stuck everywhere. So I guess you would go through just a couple little times, just to make sure the sides, the ends stay together. Boy, I'm sweating trying to show you this. I've never done this before, a tutorial and stuff. Okay, so see, that's the front of the little flower. You can like pull it and adjust it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut actually pretty far up here to make sure I can make a bunch of little knots. Am I still in the frame? I should have marked the table. I have you out here in my kitchen because I want to show you how I did the lollipop flower. And in case I catch on fire, I'd like to be by the sink. I know that's horrible. Okay, you see all this like loose craziness? Okay, I told you I can't sew, right? So I just cut on top of the knot, not you know, below it, of course, so you don't loosen up everything that you just did. Can you still see that? Okay. So there's your little flower, and like I said, see, it's not the best like little stitching job. Now I was making bigger flowers, so I was taking my bigger punch and making these circles, and obviously the circle is way too big, so you just take a smaller circle, and I just punched this out of the let me show you, let me zoom out. Oops, that's in. I punched that out of these file folders that I found the other day at Goodwill. I found a little pack of them, so I punched them out of there. So you would use, you know, a smaller punch or cut a circle or a square, however you want to do it, and glue it on. You don't have to, but it kind of covers that up and makes it look a little nicer. You know, it will cover it up. So then you just choose a little button, and I have here, I keep all of my gold buttons, oops, in one spot because I would use them to make jewelry and things. So you just choose a little button, like here's a cute little one, like that. So we'll go with that one. And I have what you call like a shank remover. It takes this backing off, but you can use, I don't have them on the table, you can use a pair of wire cutters that you find like either in the hardware department. A lot of times Dollar Tree will have them in their little bitty floral section. So you'll take this, and sometimes this plastic is too tough, so you'll just do, sorry about my nails, like one little side at a time. Sometimes it's okay and you can do the whole thing, but make sure you do it like into your palm, so the little plastic thing doesn't, oh, it's not going to do it, it's going to make me do it one at a time. So the little plastic thing doesn't fly everywhere. Okay, I got it off. See there?
Mama, is the music on?
Came off. Hold on one second, guys.
Is the music on, Mama?
Sorry, my phone was ringing. Okay, so I take this little flower here and my little tiny little glue gun. And since this is so small, I don't want to burn my fingers, I'm just going to put the glue dot on the flower itself. Just a little one with those spider webs. And I'm going to put my button right there. And that is your flower. Now, you, like I said, you could do the other side if you want, but there's your little flower that you have. So there's that. And then also, one second, let me go grab it. I have here, this is like a nightgown shirt from Goodwill. See, it even has their little price tag on it. I did the pay by the pound part. Now what I've noticed, I bought a few different things and I got different materials, and the one that works the best is things that say 100% polyester. I got silk because someone was using, actually they went and bought silk from the craft store, from Joann's, and used it, and it worked, but it did not work for me. So what we do, I don't have any kind of those cutter tools or dies or anything, so I just go right into it with a pair of scissors. This is going to be for the lollipop flower, and I try to cut the best circle that I can. It's okay if you have frayed edges because obviously the heat is going to fix that. Okay, see there's one. See, it's not quite like a circle, but I'm telling you, the heat is going to fix that. Then you can, like, if you don't want to cut a bunch the same size, you do one that's just a little bit smaller, I'm trying to look up at the camera and make sure I'm getting this, and then I'm like not cutting the right way. No, thank you. So there's another one. We'll just do 3 for the sake of time here. And then one a little bit smaller than that. Bianca, shh. Bianca, please go. I already asked you to go. Thank you. Go, please. Thank you. There's the third one. Okay, it seems like if I don't tell her that I'm going to do a video, and I probably could tell her to scream her lungs off and she wouldn't do it, but if I ask her to be quiet and not bother me for a few minutes, she'll come over here and she'll just say like random things and ask me. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, so I have my candle here. And I'm going to get close to this. Oops. Here, can you see the candle? Okay. I'm going to take the fabric. You see the fabric? And it doesn't even need to touch. I just sort of go around. See how it's like starting to curl the edge? Now, if you feel safe, or better anyway, you can use the tweezers. But me, like these big pieces, see how it like flumps over like that? I feel like I don't have any control over the fabric. I don't want to like dip it right into the flame. So I just kind of hold it while I can, and it just scrunches it right up. Sorry about all the adjusting. This is my first time. So some of the pieces might actually like melt. Some of them might catch on fire, but you have to blow it out real quick. I found that the little paper, or the little, not paper, but it's fabric, but it's so weird feeling. It kind of feels like paper from like Dollar Tree, the petals. I found those worked okay with the heat tool, but this didn't really. Not this fabric. So I hope you are seeing this. It's just sort of curling. See that? It's like puckering up. Like that. Okay, and you could do it more, but see what I like? See how it's like sort of flat here? I like to sort of lay it over top and make the insides. Oops, can you see? Make the insides sort of pucker up too. See see the flame blowing? My air conditioner just kicked on, so the heat's not really concentrated on one spot. It's like blowing around. But anyways, I just made the inside sort of pucker right there. Okay, so that's that one. And then you just do the same for the rest. And it's weird when this burns or melts, however you want to put it, it sort of has a perfume smell to it. Now at first I thought, wow, is this like all, you know, since this is ladies like night clothes, is this all their smelly good stuff that they would like put on before they're going to their husbands and stuff? That's what I first said to my husband. But it doesn't have that bad of a smell when it burns. So there's the second one. Actually, I'm going to make that pucker a little bit. See, my air kicked on, so now my flame's blowing everywhere. It's not like right where I want it to be. I don't want to touch it, you know? There we go. Okay, so that will go on there. Then these small ones, I do try to use the tweezer. I went and got these tweezers yesterday. Sorry I didn't show you guys, but I got them yesterday at Michael's. Because I wanted a longer one to keep my hand away from the fire. Okay, see the edges? Okay, so obviously my vent is like right above me, so don't turn your fan on. Don't turn your fan on or your flame will blow everywhere, and this takes a lot longer than it should. Oh, I actually touched the flame, so that's going to be a little toasty. There we go. Okay, that took a lot longer than it should have because of the air being on. So now I have this little flower here. Let me zoom out now. So now you could take your little circle thing and you take your glue gun with my Dollar Tree glue sticks that don't work very well. Every time. I gotta get different glue sticks. I used up the good ones, so I always gotta like take this out of the back because it like melts right in the center, and put another stinking glue stick in, so you waste like half a glue stick. So anyways, let me stop whining. So you take, this is the piece with the circle on it. You take this, put it right in the middle, just a little dab, and you take that, that's going to be hot. Some of the material it'll go through, so be careful. Be careful touching. Usually I have something to sort of like press it down. Then you take the next one and you put it in there. And you have a little flower. Now, if you still don't like, okay, my air turned off, so now. If you still don't like the puckering, be careful, you got paper on the back, but you can like go back over it and make it do it a little bit more. So you have that. So now let's pick a button. Now we can use a regular button or we can use one of these gold buttons. I don't know how these gold buttons would really look. Like, I don't know if that looks right on there. I don't think so. No. I don't know, like if that was pearly white, I think I have one of those. There we go. We could pick a pearly white one. Okay, so we have our button. Here's the shank remover here. You do it, I usually do it into my button basket here, like that. So that comes off. That's your glue gun. This button's a little bigger, so. And then I put it right in the middle. And there's your little flower. So that was that. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys some of the new flowers that I made and some of what you can make it with. Now, I was telling you girls that I used some of this, let me move my candle. Some of this seam binding. Out. Oops. Some of this seam binding stuff here, and this one's pretty thin yellow. This one is the same, and it's like more like burnt yellow. And with that, they make little small flowers, and it's like that rusty, like you know, the like old aged look you're looking for. So, and I put a little button in there that kind of, some of the glue came through, but kind of looks like a bell. But I like the like antique look to it. So that came from this. So you can make it with this. And just the same as I made this, you do your needle and thread and bunch it all up. So that's what I used. Now I also had like this little like piece of regular lace. And that is what I made these two from that I showed you yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. I don't know. Time's getting to me. Okay, and then I had this. This is more like the hem tape, seam binding sort of idea, except it's a little thicker. You see how? Oops. See that? Okay. So that is what I made. Geez, I'm falling apart. This brown flower with was this one. Okay. So then you saw me grab these, and these are all from the thrift store. This was like a big jumbled piece that I got. That's what I made this flower with. And I've yet to put my circles on the back there of those. Okay, so then this was the stuff that was from the suitcase, this vintage stuff. This is what I first tried it with. This is the stuff that did catch on fire. And that is what I made these two lollipop flowers out of, was the blue and the peach there. And I used the buttons from my button stash. And this was another piece of lace that I had. And see, and this one has like the ribbon through the top. This one was a little bit harder to scrunch, but it worked. And that's what I made this one that I showed you. This one I already put my little circle on the back. But I cut the circle out myself. I didn't punch it. And then afterwards I was like, wait a minute, I have a punch. What am I doing? So that's that one. But I did make some new flowers, and I wanted to show you guys what I was messing with. This one I made out of plain old, where is it? Here we go. Wired ribbon from the thrift store, from Goodwill. So, I mean, you can go and you can buy it and you can do it yourself, but I got it from there. And I didn't cut the wire off. I didn't cut the wire off at all. I stitched it through the sides right here, but you know, like up here, and covered all that mess up with the circle. That's what's great about the circle. And then I was able to like sort of pinch wherever I wanted to. You know, I like that about the wire. And I just put a little button in the center. So you could do this with, you know, if you have sort of like the gold left over from Christmas, or how they have like the burnt orange looking red stuff that it's Christmassy, you got to put it away, but you know, now you can make a flower, and now you can make it look like an antiqued sort of looking flower, you know, with those colors. So that was that one. I also made, and this is out of more pajamas, like the one that we just did together here. I made this one. This one is black. And this was actually a robe, and I cut it in circles, and I put the Michael's Dollar Spot, the glitter glue, on the edges, and I chose only a little button for the center because I cut around a rose, and I want it to leave the center red. So it has my little circle in the back, and that's that flower. This was out of another, this is like a nightshirt. And this I put green and a gold button, and it has the circle. This one was out of a robe also, and I put purple, let me find it, this purple on the edges. You don't have to do that, but I just thought I'd add some to it. And then this was an extra like random charm that I had that was broke, so I just put the double butterflies in the middle. Actually, the butterflies were broken away from each other, so I had to glue them together and then glue it on the flower. So there's that one. This was the hardest material I worked with, and I won't be doing anything else with it. But I made this flower, and all of those edges are burnt. That's why they're brown. I didn't ink them. They're burnt. I didn't put my circle on the back of that yet, though. This was really hard to make it do anything besides catch on fire. So there's that one. This one is one of my favorites. It's like royal blue, and the edges do not have glitter glue. It's actually the material melted. So, and I put a pearl button in the middle, but I still have to do my stuff on the back. This one I made, I was actually going to put this one on my friend's birthday card, but the colors that I chose didn't sort of go with this, but I did make this one intended for her card, but I chose a different one. So I made this one. It has, I put little stick pins, and those came in a rack from Paula, Mommy to 4Cs. And I used a little petal, and I backed it with the flea market stack scrapbooking paper. And this lace here is, let me show you. This lace here is this hem facing, this vintage hem facing. and I just used it, and this was, I just like how they ruffle up like that. So that's that one. This is another one of my favorites. This one was a pajama shirt, actually a Victoria's Secret pajama shirt, like a long sleeved one. That one, it did the curling and that puckering stuff really well. I put a little black button in the center, and I went over the edge with the same like blackish goldish glitter glue. Then there was this one that I made. This one was actually white, but I tried to spray it with my own glimmer mist that I had made, and I'll show you. The glimmer mist I made was with the Dollar Tree bottles, and it was supposed to have like this red look to it. See how it's kind of red or burnt? And this is how it comes out. I mean, like, some of it was better than others. I don't know if it was because how the material absorbed it, but it's kind of like a, I don't know, just looks really old. So it's cool, but it did not come out like the bottle. So there's that one. Then there was this one that I played with. I put two different materials together, and I put this chain button in the middle. So I put those two different ones together. I also did this one, and I used some of this striped material here for this. I used this blue hem facing, just like the pink, and I came up with this little flower here. So I really like that one. And I think that is all she wrote. Was there anything else I needed to say? Nope, guys. Oh, wait. I was saving these for last. I actually just got done making these. I made this one with petals and this glitter glue. I use this, I like this color, with the chain button with the black center, and I put, actually it's got some glue stuff, I put my circle on the back, and that came from, this vase filler that I found at Goodwill from Target. So I tried it with the fire. No. On fire it catches. So I glued it all down. And if someone needs to see a tutorial on that, just let me know. But I just glued it all down. And then this one I made, I sprayed this one actually with the Perfect Pearl, and the material that this is, it just sort of like pooled and puddled. So I went over the edges with this glitter glue to try to take away. But those are the bags of petals that you can get at Dollar Tree, but I found mine at Goodwill. So that is what I wanted. That's what I wanted to show you guys. You guys let me know what you think, or if you need to see anything else, like if you want to see this tutorial or anything like that, you just let me know. I'm going to come right back with some things that I picked up yesterday from the Goodwill. Okay guys, thanks. Bye.